a giant python as long as a river, a slimy creature with a human-like face rising from deep mud. And all of it was captured by ordinary people's cameras in chilling clarity. No scientist can explain what they are. Subscribe and get ready to face moments that make you believe the ancient monsters of the Amazon are truly waking up. Let's start with a nightmare beneath the Amazon's glassy surface. At noon, in suffocating heat, villagers saw the water swell. Then slowly, a snake as thick as a tree trunk rose from the river. Its belly was bulging, heaving like it had just swallowed a large animal. No reaction, no fear, just drifting quietly like a well-fed king. Biologists confirmed it was a green anaconda, Eunectes murinus, which can grow over 20 feet long and weigh about 550 pounds, strong enough to crush the bones of an adult caiman. But what worried people most was this. It appeared in waters where no large snakes had been recorded for 30 years. Is this a sign the Amazon is returning to an age where humans are no longer the dominant species? Now look at this scene. It sounds like a tall tale, but this fish is real. A boy was bathing in the river when he suddenly screamed in sharp pain. Something had entered his body. At the hospital, doctors found a tiny, transparent fish with a thread-like body parasitizing inside. It was the candiru, Vandellia cirrhosa, the Amazon's vampire fish. It is only a few inches long, but can enter the gills of larger fish or a natural opening in the human body and live as a parasite by drinking blood. Would you dare swim in the Amazon after hearing this? You think you've seen the biggest snake in the world? Wait until you see this. From the helicopter door, the camera sweeps over the murky Amazon, and in the first seconds, everyone goes silent. A colossal python, stretching the length of an entire bend, is sliding through the current, its body undulating like a living steel ribbon. With every turn, the surface erupts. Riverside trees shudder as if in an earthquake. Estimates put it at more than 100 feet long, so massive its body fills nearly half the river's width. Its head breaks the surface, black and slick like metal, eyes gleaming as if tracking the helicopter above. Then, in an instant, it dives, leaving a yawning whirlpool behind. People say if this is Titanoboa reborn, then the Amazon is not just a rainforest anymore. It is a place where prehistoric beasts are still breathing beneath the river, and in complete contrast to the monster before it. This creature actually made everyone smile. A couple is fishing mid-river when a large, rounded creature surfaces by the boat. It has a round snout, twitching whiskers, and kind eyes. The woman recognizes it at once. A manatee, the Amazon's friendly sea cow. Moments later, another appears, the two seeming to talk in low sounds before swimming away. Creatures like these are thought to be the origin of the mermaid legends sailors once told. Could it be that the mermaids of old tales were simply real-life manatees? Make sure to watch until the very end, because there's a creature with an unbelievably human shape, emerging straight from the mud at the bottom of the river. In a crystal-clear stream in central China, a wildlife photographer stumbled on something that stunned the world. On the bottom lay a long, brown-spotted, slick-skinned animal, motionless. When he leaned closer, it suddenly lifted its head, large eyes and a flat mouth as if greeting a human. Locals said it was the Chinese giant salamander, Andreas davidianus, a species believed to have survived since the age of dinosaurs. The footage spread quickly online, shocking many who thought they would only ever see one in a museum. Few know the giant salamander can exceed 5 feet in length and live up to 100 years, changing almost nothing over millions of years of evolution. Make sure to watch until the very end, because there's a creature with an unbelievably human shape, emerging straight from the mud at the bottom of the river. Next comes a terrifying situation no one would ever want to experience. A tourist was enjoying a peaceful river cruise when he suddenly saw something strange gliding past the side of the boat. At first, he thought it was just a log, but as the boat moved closer, the object instantly dove underwater, leaving only bubbling water and faint ripples behind. The boatman said, "You're not the only one. Many people have seen it, but no one has ever caught it clearly on camera. Maybe it was some underwater creature, or maybe something else." Do you believe that deep in certain river bends, invisible water shadows still exist, beyond the reach of radar and cameras? You thought the nightmare was over? Look closely, because the next creatures may be smaller, but far more terrifying. Some videos only take a few seconds to make you realize something is terribly wrong. That was the first reaction when this footage spread online. A man was filming a quiet river when he heard a loud splash. As he approached, he found a massive creature with huge horns tangled in the branches, its body half submerged, completely still, like a dead beast caught midstream. The man tried to get closer, but within seconds, the footage abruptly cut off, and no one knows what happened next. Some say the body was hidden. Others believe it was a living fossil exposed by a flood. But to this day, the original video has never resurfaced. At first, everyone thought this was just an insect video until the camera zoomed in. In this macro footage from Brazil, dozens of ants were seen climbing trees in perfect silence, then freezing completely. The close-up was horrifying. A long fungus stem grew straight through their heads, swaying gently in the air. This is Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, a real parasitic fungus capable of controlling the host's nervous system. It turns ants into zombies, forcing them to climb upward before dying, to release spores below. Some experts believe that if this fungus ever evolves one step further, humans could become its next hosts. Deep in the damp Amazon jungle, researchers found a tiny structure that left them stunned. A miniature silk tower, just a few millimeters tall, with a white orb centered inside a circular fence, like a scaled-down alien monument. Under a 4K microscope, they discovered a few eggs inside the orb, an unusually small number compared to the hundreds laid by normal spiders. No one knows which spider built this or what its purpose was. Perhaps it doesn't even belong to this world. After so many eerie images, finally comes a creature that makes people smile. After hours trekking through the forest, a woman spotted a small shadow leaping across branches. It was a tiny monkey with a long white mustache flowing down like an oriental emperor's. But don't be fooled by its looks. This species, the emperor tamarin, Saguinus imperator, is disappearing faster than almost any other primate. A man mowing his lawn suddenly noticed something moving underfoot. It wasn't a snake, nor a worm, but a trembling, jelly-like blob with dozens of soft, bristled tentacles and a round, gaping mouth in the center. It twitched, sucking up dry leaves and soil as if eating the ground. The footage went viral. Some said it was an alien. Others claimed it was a failed lab experiment. But marine biologists confirmed it was a sea cucumber, an ocean animal that can regenerate its body and feed on waste to clean the environment. The terrifying part? When threatened, a sea cucumber can eject its own internal organs to distract predators, then grow them back as if nothing happened. And the thought of an immortal creature crawling right in your backyard is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. But that's still nothing compared to what's coming next. It's clearly not for the faint of heart. Everyone thinks the hunter always wins, but in nature, one wrong move can be a death sentence. A young boy resting under a tree witnessed a shocking sight. A giant python trying to swallow a porcupine. The hunt quickly turned into disaster. As the snake tightened its coils, hundreds of sharp quills pierced deep into its thick skin. The python writhed in agony, its body swollen and bleeding from the embedded spines. A rescue team had to remove each quill one by one before releasing it back into the wild. A chilling reminder that even the strongest can be the most foolish, and nature never forgives mistakes. And as night falls, another creature silently crawls out from the shadows. Hard to believe, but some creatures still walk among us, as if the prehistoric age never ended. During an Amazon expedition, a researcher encountered an animal that looked like a cross between a horse and a rhinoceros. It was a tapir, Tapirus terrestris, weighing over 400 pounds, with a flexible trunk-like snout used to pluck leaves and fruit. Locals call it the gardener of the forest, because new plants sprout wherever it goes. The strange part is, the tapir's body structure has barely changed in millions of years, a living witness to ancient times. And if one species can survive every ice age, could others still be evolving in the dark, beyond our sight? It seemed like an ordinary rock, until it started to move, defying every rule of nature. A college student accidentally kicked a small stone while walking, but when he bent down, he realized it was moving on its own. Beneath its rough gray shell were 4 tiny legs, moving in rhythm to glide it across the ground. Shocked, he took it to a museum. Entomologists confirmed it might be an undiscovered crustacean species, a living rock, proof that the line between matter and life can be terrifyingly thin. The strangest part? A few hours after being placed in a glass case, it vanished, leaving behind only an empty shell. Could it be that this wasn't a creature at all, but an intelligent form of camouflage beyond human understanding? And here is the footage that sent chills through the entire world. A ship captain was sailing along a deserted river when he saw a massive creature rising from the surface. He immediately began recording. A long neck, dark skin, and a body shape almost identical to the legendary Loch Ness monster. But what shocked him most was that this was not Scotland. It was a river in South America. The creature surfaced, turned its head, and then dove back into the muddy water. Some believe it was a descendant of ancient marine reptiles that survived the extinction of the dinosaurs. Others think it was a lost visitor from a world humanity has never known. If that's true, then perhaps the legends we once laughed at are still quietly swimming somewhere, right beneath our feet. There are images that make viewers stop breathing, because what they see no longer looks like an animal, but almost like a human. 2 photographers brought a drone into the forest to capture landscape footage. In the still air, the camera recorded a pale, hairless figure crawling on all 4s like a primate. At first, they thought it was a person, until the creature began crawling toward the light, its limbs bending in ways no human could. The drone hovered lower, and the footage revealed that it seemed to be building something on the ground, a small structure made of mud and leaves. Right then, the drone's battery went low. The light flickered, and the forest fell into thick darkness. The 2 quickly left the area. To this day, no one knows if the white crawler was a human, a primate, or something else. Only that every time they re-watch the video, they still hear faint breathing coming from the forest. But that fear is nothing yet. Stay calm, because next are creatures so human-like, they'll make your skin crawl. And then, deep within the Amazon rainforest, where humans rarely set foot, another piece of footage sent shivers across the world. A group of friends decided to explore the jungle at night. As they moved through the dense bushes, they suddenly saw a gray figure standing silently among the trees. One of them, trembling, turned on his camera light, and in the dim glow, they saw a being with a large head, thin body, and deep black eyes, moving slowly as if it knew they were watching. The creature didn't run. It simply walked quietly between the leaves and then disappeared. When they returned, the police conducted a search, but found only narrow, deep footprints pressed into the wet mud. People called it the gray footage, believed to be the first real evidence suggesting that extraterrestrials might be hiding deep within the Amazon. If that's true, then maybe we've never really been alone. And this is the footage that left biologists completely baffled. In June 2013, a man preparing to surf discovered a strange body lying on the beach. He called his friend to film it, and they clearly saw a hairless, gray-skinned creature with a long head, large upright ears, and sharp teeth. Its hands looked half human, half rodent, with a long tail and unusual claws. They sent the footage to experts, but no one could identify the species. Some said it was a mutated marsupial. Others believed it was a never-before-seen hybrid, part human, part animal. Its slender, five-fingered hands made everyone shiver. Was it an animal or a half-human life form that humanity has yet to recognize? That question remains unanswered to this day. Not every legend is a myth, especially when you see it with your own eyes. One night, while camping in the forest, two men were startled by a faint noise outside their tent. When they shined a light, it revealed a small figure the size of a child, with translucent wings and a mischievous face, hiding behind a rock. One man managed to hit record. Then another creature appeared, holding a glowing stick like a giant firefly. Both men froze in shock. For a few brief seconds, they saw bright eyes and softly glowing skin. After the footage went public, biologists suggested it might be the first ever recording of tiny humanoid beings in nature. Whether you call them pixies, elves, or winged humanoids, no one can deny that the figures we thought existed only in fairy tales might still be hiding somewhere in the real forest. And now, the footage that split the entire internet. Real or fake. Once you see it, you'll never forget it. An explorer sent a drone into an ancient cave. The deeper it flew, the darker it became, until the camera captured a half-human figure standing half-hidden behind a rock wall. Its body looked human, but two long, curved horns rose from its head like those of a goat. As the drone moved closer, the creature lifted its head, its glowing eyes reflecting the light, staring straight into the lens. That moment lasted only 2 seconds before the signal was completely lost. Many believe it was Goatman, the half-man, half-goat creature from North American folklore, said to guard forbidden lands. Skeptics argued it was just a trick of light, but strangely, the explorers claimed their drone signal was jammed exactly in that area and could never reconnect. An ancient being, an unexplored cave, and a mystery that has never been solved. We've seen giant snakes, goatmen, and alien creatures, but the last ones, those with human-like faces, are what truly made the world hold its breath. Two divers in the Amazon accidentally discovered a strange creature. It looked like a pile of dead leaves floating, yet it was breathing. Looking closer, they realized it was the mata mata turtle. Its body was flat, its skin rough, and its head looked exactly like a dry leaf above the surface. It stayed motionless, waiting for small fish to swim close, then suddenly opened its mouth and sucked in water like a vacuum, swallowing its prey in an instant. With such a bizarre appearance, the Mata Mata once made many believe it was a turtle with a human face. What do you think? Did evolution design it to be this unsettling on purpose? And just when you thought the mysteries were only in the Amazon, India stunned the entire world. In the southern swamps, a group of fishermen pulled up a massive creature covered in mud. At first, they thought it was a freshwater shark, but as the mud washed off, its face appeared, with round, black, human-like eyes, a mouth half grinning, half grinding, and slimy, glistening skin. It measured nearly 8 feet long, weighed over 440 pounds, and matched no known fish species in the region. Some researchers said its body resembled the pirarucu, the giant of the Amazon River, but its head structure was disturbingly human. Perhaps this is a reminder that the mysteries of the Amazon were never locked away. They're beginning to surface everywhere, right beneath our feet. So what do you think? Do you believe the world is truly filled with such strange creatures? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to see what comes next.